welcome to Trial by Podcast. We finally returned. With me today are Tim, Danzy, McCracken, and the admin of the Tywin Lannister page. Or a Tywin Lannister page. I am Phil. I am one of the admins on Donald Noy. Everyone else, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Danzy of Danzy Reviews.
I'm Tim. I'll be here all week. I'm on Donald Noy too.
I'm McCracken, admin of Lord Phil and Phil McCracken. It's good to be back.
And I am your guest star, admin, Devin. Hello.
Alright, it's been a long time since we did this.
Been a long time since we did the last podcast.
Yes. Essentially what happened is, I think all of us had this very, very sudden, not hatred, but boredom of Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire.
But I didn't.
Okay.
Whoa. You speak for yourself there.
Okay. I did, and therefore this didn't happen, in short.
Well, you guys were off doing boring real-life things like getting degrees and making money. I was still very involved. Yeah, and doing laundry in this case. I was very involved in making videos. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, I certainly hit a boredom level with the fandom. Everyone else had their own reasons. In short, we just stopped for ages. But with Season 5 coming up, and a couple of other Game of Thrones-y related things having happened.
And inevitable levels of stupidity on the rise.
Yes, oh yes. Can't wait for those Grey Worm, Missandei romance scenes. It's gonna be great.
Honestly, if we get Graves back for Season 6, I'm going to be back in business with stuff to talk about.
Oh, Graves. Graves is a great man. But today we'll be talking about, very briefly, about the Game of Thrones Telltale game that's been released. A couple of us have played it, so we'll briefly talk about that. Following that,
we'll make it spoiler free.
Will we? Okay, we will.
Oh,
will
God.
We will. We'll do a spoiler.
Okay,
we'll do a spoiler thing like after the whole thing's released. And then we'll be doing a little bit of ripping into the Catch the Throne mixtape, which I'll put a link to in the description below. Some cracking tracks on that one.
Kraken tracks?
Yeah. Some Snoop Dogg Lannister anthem is a particular favourite. And then we'll have some thoughts on Season 5, because it's coming up in about a few weeks, so we should probably talk about it. So yeah, the Telltale Game of Thrones game. Danzy, you've done a playthrough.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's not bad. I was expecting very little from the game before it came out, and I was very pleasantly surprised. Even more surprised by the second episode, which was better than the first, actually.
I played most of the Telltale games before it, so I kind of knew what to expect.
Oh, I haven't played any Telltale games, so I don't even know what genre I was getting into.
Well, given the previous history of Game of Thrones games, it was, well...
Which hasn't been that...
It's been, frankly, fucking awful.
Well, no, there haven't been that many games.
There have been two. There was one I haven't played, which is a strategy, but from basically everywhere on the internet, it's mediocre at best.
What are you talking about? Ascent?
No. Ascent's the Facebook game that's just... I didn't really class it.
It's a standard
not
Facebook
like
game.
Ascent.
It's a Facebook game. I didn't really class it as anything. But no, it's Game of Thrones Genesis is the name of the strategy game.
Oh god, that
I never
sounds
played
terrible.
But it's essentially outclassed by every medieval Total War Game of Thrones mod, or Crusader Kings 2 Game of Thrones mod.
Or what's it? Mountain Blade.
Or Mountain Blade, yeah.
Yeah, I was playing the Skyrim GOT mod, and it was really great, actually. I was really impressed with how much work went into that.
Yeah, like the way everything fits together in that is really worthwhile to play.
Yeah.
But well, talking about the Telltale game, I mean, loads of people have mentioned this, and I think we've gone before. But in episode 1, they did a better job with Ramsay Snow than the show did.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
he was actually quite quite threatening and stuff like in. Whereas, you don't.
Was he ugly?
What?
Was he
No,
ugly?
he looks the same as he does in the in the show, but
Yeah, same voice actor too.
Yeah,
Same
he
voice.
was rude.
he's more like threatening and like.
There's quite a long scene with him, in it, and it's one of the tensest moments I've.
Yeah, I've been told not to give spoilers, but yeah, the ending scene, you kind of don't see it coming, and it's quite shocking when it happens. But
Well, I found that the bigger shocker was actually in the next episode when you find out that
Spoiler is a spoiler.
Is actually and it was really good.
I did see that coming though.
Really, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't at all. I was totally surprised.
People are just going to be thinking about what the hell, because you're just,
I'm thinking what the hell at this point. I can't.
I understand what Daddy's talking about.
I don't. I've forgotten the story. Crap.
Watch my playthrough, and you'll know.
It's when character is revealed to be at like the second scene.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
That's exactly what I said. Only I said it more emphatically for the
whole spoiler freeness that we've. Yeah. It's a Telltale game, so if you don't like the whole very limited gameplay and kind of it's being more of an interactive,
implying there's gameplay.
QTEs are gameplay, even if they're not very good gameplay.
Yeah.
Talk to David Cage and like all of
It's
his
less
games.
like a game and more like a choose your own adventure.
Yes,
kind of
that is almost exactly what it is.
So it is interactive. It's just not very heavy on gameplay.
Yes, that's very, very, very true.
I mean, well, I haven't played the second episode yet. I've seen a playthrough of it. One thing I thought about this, the second episode, because there was more perspectives, it didn't seem like much happened in each one. It was more continuation, but yeah, it's. And although I'm saying that the song at the end of the second episode, I've listened to that so many times because it's so great. Like, I don't know whoever wrote that. I don't know who wrote that song, but yeah, it was great.
I actually really hated that song. I thought the lyrics were so bad. I thought the lyrics were bad. But
the reference to Ilan Payne was a bit off, but
I don't know. I didn't like it, but that's personal preference.
Yeah, it's not incredibly expensive, so at least try it. Even if you don't particularly like it as a game, it's a reasonably decent story.
It's worth the money. I'd say it's worth
even
it.
If the protagonist family is essentially just the Starks reskinned.
Well, you say that, but they are like a bit more. There's a bit more of a twist on that.
Yeah.
Especially like you consider the end of episode 1 and like character being.
Yeah. So we'll finish with the Game of Thrones game stuff.
And episode 3 for that comes out probably
March
2 weeks
31st.
time.
March 31st.
I just got a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know how the Walking Dead game is also like the Walking Dead Telltale game. It's also there as an application to download.
I haven't played it.
Yes.
You mean the
Can you download the Game of Thrones game as an app?
Or on iOS?
Yeah.
Yes, you can, but it's badly optimized, and it's like iPads can't run it well because they haven't got enough processing power. So it stutters a lot.
That sucks.
Mind you can play it on almost any computer. Like the graphics aren't really that intensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't really want to buy it.
Yeah, it's a
I
very.
don't know. I'd say it's worth the money. I think it's personally. I think it's
£20.
It's only £20, and that's for all 6 episodes. So.
I'd love it if they just started you know how if you go to the game store you'll find a huge book just on a walkthrough for a certain video game? Wouldn't you just love it if they had these huge books as walkthroughs for the Telltale games for anyone stupid enough to buy these?
This is hugely huge deviation, but if you've heard of the Order 1886, there is a guide to that which genuinely tells you how to do a QuickTime event. like, just let that sink
Smash
in.
W, and then when it prompts E, push E.
Yes. Don't buy that game. That game is not worth the money. Buy Telltale.
You have 2 minutes to press W, so just don't worry. We're gonna take it nice and slow for you.
Yes. Yeah, moving on from video games, we'll go on to very briefly talk about this mixtape, which was an experiment that HBO tried last year with the Catch the Throne Mixtape 1, and needless to say, it was somewhat terrible. It was almost all trash. And the response was, across the board, completely negative. So they did it again. Because HBO know, they really know their audience like that. This time, however, there's mild improvement. They diversified their genres a little bit. They got some quite heavy metal into there, and some kind of lighter key metal.
May I read a snippet?
You may read a snippet of what is this?
Snoop Dogg song. This is verse 2. This is verse 2 of the Lannisters' anthem. He won this game. King, with the crown, go against Joffrey, and he will cut your ass down. So sick, it's slay shit. Debt payers, pay your dues, or you will get dealt with. So much to see, blood in the streets, incest laying, with the blood in your sheets. Pop it, drop it, like you want to leave. Honor. Not much amongst these thieves.
Thank you, Danzy.
You're welcome.
That is remarkable writing. That's just as good as George Lucas writing, D&D writing. That is just, those lyrics are just the very pinnacle of lyrics quality.
In a very personal way. Like, there's a real emotional link to that, I feel.
I'm actually tearing up right now.
And dropping it.
I liked rhyming crown with cut your ass down. That was beautiful.
Those lyrics are so great. They should just give whoever wrote them let them finish the series.
Upon hearing those lyrics, I started dripping male tears.
He just stuck his head in the door to suggest a really cliche plot point. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, do you think they'll get Kanye West for the next mixtape?
I really hope they do. It would be brilliant.
I'm gonna let you finish, but Alex Graves had the best episode of all time.
Also, he goes on to say earlier in the song, the trial bout to happen, he smile while he crackin'. What is he cracking?
His
dick.
When his face is cracking. When he gets, like...
I thought he was cracking his balls up and down.
I don't understand.
I don't think anyone's...
I don't know. I don't think I can reach the intellectual level of Snoop Dogg's lyrics. It's just too much for me.
It is.
I don't have the IQ or the affinity of the universe to understand these lyrics.
Yeah. I'm just lost for words about it, to be honest. The Anthrax one's actually pretty decent, though.
Would anyone like to read a snippet of the Anthrax song?
I want to read the Kill Switch Engage one.
The Kill Switch Engage and Mushroom Head ones are just very, very heavy metal with a lot of screamo. You can't really understand what's going on, but to be honest, that makes it better. Because then you don't have the whole Game of Thrones link, so it makes it kind of bearable.
I'm pulling this up. Justice for my sister and her children. If you want justice, you've come to the wrong place.
Oh,
I
yeah,
disagree.
They intro all of them with the,
I want to bring those who have wronged me to justice, and all those who have wronged me are right there. I almost want to try doing this as screaming, but I'm not. The blood red sun
they intro
in the
all
southern
of the songs
skies.
They use audio from the show.
Yeah, so that's the actual over-enduring conversation they've used.
The blood red sun in the southern skies, fighting into our last breath. feel this death through honor and victory. We will be avenged, avenged. Loyalty unto the grave. I'm bound and bent. We are unbroken. I don't know. I think that's a lot better than the Snoop Dogg one.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
I almost feel like that. I don't know. That seems decent in comparison.
Yeah, in comparison, it is decent. There are actually good songs on this one, which is.
I don't have a problem with Kill Switch.
Yeah, I have a problem with Snoop Dogg's those lyrics in general.
Snoop Dogg should just go back to impersonating
honest, when he
Moses.
did a voice pack for Call of Duty Ghosts, like I think he lost most of his credibility then.
But that was because it was Call of Duty Ghosts.
Well, yeah, but it was also hilarious. Just all of it was hilarious. Right, actually moving on to Season 5 talk, because there's much more we can say about a mixtape that's generally just awful.
Yeah, we shouldn't keep talking about something that's worthless as Snoop Dogg's tape.
So, Devon.
It's terrible. Next.
Season 5 thoughts. What are your initial impressions to everything you've heard in the past year?
Everything I've heard. So, the only thing I can say that is really making me look forward to it, and it's just by the skin of my teeth, is Jonathan Pryce as the High Sparrow. Because that's just a complex character, and they just got such a great actor. The dorm plot looks a little shaky, and by a little...
You mean shitty.
Like... the changes from the book, and that it seems like they're just doing fan service with it. Other than the King's Landing plotline, I'm frankly nervous going into this season.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more than nervous. I'm kind of looking forward to the John Stannis stuff, but besides that, beyond some of the acting, I'm not particularly enthused for anything that's coming up.
For me, well, same thing for me. Like, I'm looking forward to the John Stannis stuff, but everything else is like gone too far from the books. I mean, like, well, the King's Landing stuff, the stuff with like Cersei seems to be. It seems because they're doing the Walk of Shame. That seems to be mostly book accurate. Although they're changing some of the stuff around with Loras, I think. So I don't think Loras is going to Dragonstone.
I do think, Devon mentioned the High Sparrow. I think every scene with Cersei and the High Sparrow will be just infinitely watchable. Because I think the two up there, a great actor and a great actress, them bouncing off each other is going to be entertaining.
You know what you have in common with the High Sparrow?
What do I have in common with the High Sparrow, McCracken?
You seem to be very faithful.
In the writing, yeah. The acting will carry it, I think. I think the acting can carry it.
The writing can be a pretty heavy weight.
I mean,
Sorry, Tim, after you go.
So yeah, I mean, one thing like it's kind of bugged me about the season 5. I mean, I've posted about this on Noi in a kind of green text style, but whatever. That they had this no flashbacks rule before, and so we didn't get to see the Tower of Joy. We didn't get to see any stuff with Tyshaw or anything else that would have been like relevant. But beginning of season 5, they flashback to Maggie the Frog. So they broke their no flashback rule to bring that in, but we didn't. It kind of bugged me that we didn't get to see the Tower of Joy.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that it'll be like a dream or something. Like it'll be Cersei like waking up. Because they kind of did do flashbacks, but not really. Like with Bran when he saw Catelyn and Ned, and
that was more like him using his like powers though. So it was...
Well, I mean, I just think that like you could move it more into like being her waking up from a dream rather than it just being a flashback. Like she's looking out the window and then she has a flashback kind of thing.
One, it's the opening to season 5, so it's like the first scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
But
it's a cold opening, so it's like before the credits kind of thing.
Oh right, it's before the credits. Alright, because Game of Thrones typically hasn't had pre-credit scenes.
Well, for the premieres, like for the season premiere episodes, it has.
Has it?
Yeah, for episode 1, the whole scene beyond the wall, that takes place before the opening titles.
Yeah, it was the prologue.
Yeah.
I don't think they do it for season 2. Season 3 they do with Samuel and the like White. Season 4 they had the bit with Tywin melting down House.
Yeah.
As well.
The wolf skin. Yeah, that was a really good scene.
That was a really good scene. And yeah, it was a good way to open season 4, I think. But yeah, that thing with the flashbacks, it kind of bugs me that they choose to use that one, but not other important ones.
And they even there's that image from the they filmed like the Brandon Stark's death scene.
Yeah.
And like that scene would be so powerful if they'd included that. Like it's horrifying, but also just so affecting that it would have been a great scene. I have almost no doubt. I'm kind of concerned if they're doing a flashback and they haven't done it before. How are they signifying that? Because do you reckon they'll have like 15 years previously?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, because people have seen the premiere episode because that was at the Tower of London.
Yeah, so I'm into that.
So I don't know. They didn't mention how it signified. I'm not sure. Well, wait. Can we talk about is it technically spoilers? I mean, because we're talking about book stuff as well. Like, is it technically spoilers if we talk about what's in that episode?
No, we're fine for spoilers on everything. We're still fine for spoilers in the books. Spoiler-free stuff was just for the game.
I mean, because one thing I'll mention is that because it's mentioned that Mance is burned in that episode, and it's kind of I don't know because I don't know if they're going to go down the whole like glamour route that they did in the book because Rattleshirt isn't there. Rattleshirt actually appears if you look in the trailers, he turns up a hard home. So I don't know. Are they burning someone? And they haven't used Tormund either because Tormund also appears at hard home. So yeah, are they just burning someone else, or are they actually burning Mance for real?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out what crazy thing D&D have made. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody asked as a question, just since we're here, do you guys think Jaime will die in Dorne?
Oh god.
Speaking of which, there was an act. I can relate this to a different point, but we'll deal with this at the same time. I don't think Jaime will die in Dorne. It's hard to tell because they're not bringing it seems like they're not bringing in Stoneheart at all. Although I don't think in the books Jaime is going to die at Stoneheart, but it's just I don't know. I don't think he will. I think Bronn might have a chance of dying in Dorne.
Who?
Bronn, because Bronn and
sorry, I thought you said Bran, and I was thinking, I wouldn't be surprised if Bran ended up in Dorne in season 6.
Just teleports.
The hell of a walk to make.
implying Bran can walk.
Bran can fly.
Sorry, it's a hell of a wheel to wheel him.
But he can fly, you fools.
Can he fly, though?
He can fly a bird, though. Maybe he can, maybe he gets a bird and, transforms into a bird and then flies south and then transforms back.
But no,
maybe he'll fly to Essos because it's somehow closer, and then he'll just make a rope of Dario's blue pubes and pull himself to Dorne.
I suppose he could.
Yeah, there was an actor who...
I'm just thinking about season 2 where he was using those rails on the wall to pull himself around because he couldn't walk.
So yeah, Dario's blue pubes. Yeah, good substitute.
They're magic. They're like a beanstalk.
A valid theory, Kraken.
Sorry, what were you saying, Tim?
Yeah, because, I told you guys this news, but, for our viewers, our listeners, how many of them there are, that, one of the a cast member who's apparently been in it for a while and has read the books. Apparently, yeah, was killed off in season 5. And we don't know who it is, but yeah,
I think it's Sir Barristan the Badass.
They were surprised about it because they have read the book, so they were surprised to actually be killed off. So it's someone who is still alive in the books.
Well, Grey Worm is gonna get killed off, isn't he?
Is he?
No,
yeah,
he's not.
He's not? I thought I saw shots of, Missandei kissing him, while he was dead or something.
Oh, sorry, I was hearing about how Barristan sacrificed himself to save Grey Worm from Sons of the Harpy thugs.
That's so depressing. That's
not
how it happened in the books.
I know I read somewhere that they think Tommen is going to get killed by the Sparrows.
I like the idea, actually.
Tommen could, but it did say it was an actor who'd been in the show for, this Tommen has been in it for 1 season.
How old is this Tommen? Is he 10?
17.
Is the character 10 years old?
I think he's 13, 14.
I thought he was 12.
People have said that they've aged up Marcella, but actually the actress who plays Marcella is actually 1 year younger than the previous one.
What the hell?
Oh, good lord, McCracken, you keep your tentacles to yourself. Ooh.
Who was that?
Is that Tim?
Sorry, that came from my end. People coming to my flat, sorry.
I just assumed it was one of McCracken's, mermaid wenches.
Could have been. It's pretty dark where I am. I can't really see who it is, figure out.
There's just so many of them.
There's just so many.
It is 20 past 10. There are a lot of drunk people around at this time.
You are on a university flat.
Does that mean that you're going to be screaming as well in a few moments?
No, I don't get drunk that easily. But anyway, let's get back on topic. Whatever.
People
we're talking about who's going to die. So, it could be Barristan. It could be Stannis, actually.
No!
No.
Although I saw one theory that it looks like Brienne's going up to the wall and they think that she'll kill Stannis, or trying to kill Stannis for Renly.
Okay, that's too far. That's too far. It wouldn't happen.
Is it too far?
But it looks like she's gone to the north,
I think
though.
it's too fan-fiction-y. I think...
Do you reckon they'll have Brienne, fight her way through all of Stannis' army, given that she could take on the Hound? It's not that much of a stretch to have her take on all of Stannis' army and single-handedly
No, Stannis' army is going to shoot arrows at her and they're all going to miss because Stormtrooper effect, then she'll cut them down, then she'll duel Stannis, kill him, then she'll take the witch hostage.
Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen.
And then Graves will return for season 6 and do a sex scene between Melisandre and Brienne.
Well, it just seems like she is going to the north because there's a scene where she's, in a very, snowy environment.
Oh yeah, Podrick's there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, but what? No, wasn't she supposed to find Sansa, and then Sansa sends her away and says, "I don't need your help."
I have no idea.
In the Vale, because it's snowing in the Vale at the moment. I heard about this. I remember hearing about this back in the summer. I was hearing about this back in the summer, and apparently, this was in the leaked scripting or whatever, and it works more than her going to the Wall.
Yeah, you don't have to go very far north for it to be snowy. So I don't know.
But it was snowing in the Vale in season 4.
Precisely.
Yeah. But I literally heard it was leaked that she would encounter Sansa, and Sansa would just send her away, saying, "I don't need your help." And it does sound like D&D.
Yeah. Completely hand-waving, the entire point of her plot.
Hey, she's not even far from the Vale. Hound and Arya, they get to the Vale, then they basically turn back, and Brienne finds them. How far away from the Eyrie?
What, where's this? Sorry, what were you saying, McCracken? I missed that.
No, I was just noting that in season 4, Arya and the Hound, they get to the Vale, they find out, then they turn back, and in episode 10, I think 2 episodes later, how far could they have gotten, they encounter the Hound. They're surely, they might even be just outside the Vale or on the outskirts of the Vale.
Yeah, Like, yeah, I mean, they can't be that far.
Besides, Arya and the Hound already got to the Vale and turned back. Why not just send Brienne there as well, and then get her to do something when she gives up on Sansa, which would be stupid enough, but it would work for them.
Will work for the show.
Yep.
Yeah, it's an interesting few little plot, like, dead ends they're writing themselves into. So we'll just have to see how they bullshit their way out of it.
Yeah.
Well, Arya's storyline seems to be pretty well on track.
Yeah, I'll give it that. It's going to be a training montage, just over.
It's gonna be a montage.
Well, I know there's some Mace Tyrell to Bravos.
Well, oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Captain Useless.
Wait, who actually went to Bravos in the Winds of Winter Mercy chapter? Wasn't it Harris Swift?
Harris Swift.
Yeah.
And I was just going to say about that Arya training montage, if Bran was the popular one, Arya would have been cut out, and then Bran would have been given the montage, and Arya would have come back for season 6, fully trained.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all. Yeah.
It's gonna be a tree montage. Tree montage.
Just pics of Bran just concentrating really hard, and then Bird's eyes just like flitting open, and just seeing Bran in the eyes, and it'd be crazy.
Eye of the Raven.
Oh my god. Most people get this, but the
Warriors. A new challenge awaits.
Yeah, just have Blood Raven just goes. The challenge begin and hits a staff into the
challenge again.
21 who lived in England. We'll link that clip. I'll play a bit of that clip in the.
Do you think Blood Raven's gonna make Bran wax on, wax off?
They'll use Jojen paste.
As a lubricant? As a lubricant?
I guess so, yeah. You could use tree sap as wax.
But can you use Jojen paste as lubricant?
I don't know.
That's vile. That's utterly vile.
But Jojen's dead. You can't get the Jojen paste now. I mean, you could get Jojen powder from the bones, but...
Okay, can we just talk about how useless Mace Tyrell is for a second? Because I really need to get this off my chest.
Well,
so,
to be fair,
in the books,
Okay.
Highgarden is getting attacked by the Ironborn, right? So Willis and Garland are in, like, a whole bunch of shit, right? And Mace Tyrell, of course, and in his infinite wisdom, says, what's the best use of my time? I'm going to build a new Tower of the Hand. Not help my sons. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to construct a new building.
And he takes his whole army because of a trial his daughter's on. Forget his homeland is being invaded.
I know, he's fucking useless. I can't stand Mace Tyrell.
Euron's like...
I think he's my least favorite character, Mace Tyrell, honestly.
So wait, you're telling me that Euron, like, he has cheat codes, but now he also has luck, and that the people he's going up against are just pretty much borderline retarded, like Mace Tyrell?
Yes.
That is not fair. Like, if you're gonna cheat, you should not be getting that kind of luck.
Why would you task Mace Tyrell with anything? Why?
Because you're a fellow retard, obviously.
I don't...
to be fair, they've cast him with a reasonably well-known actor. I've forgotten his name, so that completely undermines my calling him well-known.
What is it?
So I assume they're going to try...
Griffiths.
Some British guy.
Yes. So I think they're going to try and have him have more of a role than he does in the book. So that would explain why he's going to Bravos. And he could be a kind of linking character there.
Do you find that
Oh, good. He's probably going to trip getting onto the boat and snap his neck and die.
Actually, no, he'll go into my domain and then I'll kill him.
That's the twist of episode 9.
He trips and breaks his neck.
It's in slow-mo.
No, he goes into the water and then I drag him to the deeps and then kill him.
The tentacle just comes up, wraps around his foot and just drags him down.
And then a second tentacle drives up his ass.
This isn't even a criticism of HBO. Like, Martin wrote him this way. But, oh my god, I hate this role so much.
Do you find that the Mace
First
Tyrell...
character, 2015.
Do you find that the Mace Tyrell on the show is kind of because I found in the books, I wouldn't call him emotional, but like he'd get like pissed off about stuff in a sort of funny way and then say stupid stuff and have like some emotion. Whereas I find in the show he's just more like Harris Swift, who's just an idiot but doesn't really get angry or sad or happy.
In the show, he's only appeared in like
but I mean
a couple of scenes.
But I feel like every one of his scenes, he's been like Harris Swift. I don't really have a problem with that, to be honest. I don't have a problem with merging them as characters. I'm just wondering if I was correct in noting that he seems more like Harris Swift rather than the book counterpart of Mace Tyrell, who could get pissed off easily and then say stupid things.
Yeah.
Maybe, possibly.
Maybe. I don't know.
For Mace.
Now, here's a controversial topic, because like it's been speculation about it, and you can kind of see it in the trailer as well, about Sansa going to Winterfell.
Oh,
Why?
shit.
Why?
Because a consensual scene with Sansa and Ramsay would bring in tons more views.
A consensual scene.
Yeah.
Consensual and Ramsay never belong in the same sentence.
Okay, I'm gonna fucking green text, like, kind of. Consensual, Ramsay, pick one.
No, because Ramsay and Miranda, that was clearly consensual, and Ramsay on the show is like the Joker.
I think Miranda just had some serious Stockholm syndrome.
But Ramsay on the show is like more like a Joker fun villain, and he's probably not even so much a rapist as he is in the books.
I wonder if are they gonna have Sansa take place of like fake Arya?
I don't think that makes much sense.
Does it have to make sense?
No, but it will be a lens stone, not Sansa.
A lens stone.
Well,
yeah, but then, but it would be Sansa though, because like otherwise the whole like marrying for the claim for the North wouldn't make sense.
They don't know.
Sansa disguised as a lens stone is disguising as Sansa. At triple disguise.
No,
I'm the dude dressed as the dude disguised as the dude.
So you're a cross-dresser?
What?
I don't know.
That would be the dude dressed as a woman.
None of you have seen Tropic Thunder, have you?
None
of you have seen Tropic Thunder.
It's been a while, though. That movie
I have, but it's been a while.
I don't know, I honestly feel like the Sansa going to Winterfell thing is going to happen if it hasn't been confirmed.
It is kind of, you can see in the trailer, because the bit where the Veiled soldiers enter Winterfell, like you can see at the front CIA and Littlefinger and Sansa.
You just had to refer to.
It was an accident.
CIA.
Honestly, it was an accident.
Okay, if you actually get the reference that Tim, we're gonna try and teach Tim a lesson here. If you got the reference that Tim just made, post in the comments that you did.
It's called Bane posting.
And we're not going to talk about it at all.
Okay.
Is that because it would be extremely painful for you?
For you.
We have to deal with it enough off recording.
Anyway, you can see Sansa and Littlefinger at the head of the column that enters Winterfell.
All right, but
there's also a shot with the crypts.
Yeah, it looks like Sansa in the crypts. It looks like the same location as the crypts. So.
What I was going to say about Sansa going to Winterfell, though, is the worst part is this doesn't even seem that messed up for me, because this honestly seems to fit into the new universe they've made. You see how they're making Sansa more, like they're speeding up her development process and making her more intelligent and skilled in the Game of Thrones and learning from Baelish and all that crap, implying, if Baelish actually teaches her and doesn't do some stupid shit like he did in Season 4. But anyway, I can almost imagine this new Sansa, Game of Thrones master or whatever, going to Winterfell and setting up stuff, going there like deliberately of her own free will and setting up all this shit.
Well, one theory is like she's not playing. Well, she might be playing fake Arya, but like she might also, because they're not bringing in Wyman Manderley, that she might be taking that role.
That would be awesome. I would actually love that.
And then. Yeah, like someone mentioned, like her doing Frey pies of her own, which would, it would be pretty dark for Sansa to do that. But
they're trying to just make her into Darth Sansa.
What was that, Phil?
Not necessarily unrealistic. Like that's kind of where I could see Sansa's character actually going. What, into like a really dark?
I could see Arya doing that. I don't think I could see Sansa doing that.
I can see Sansa coming like dark politically. I don't think
Well,
like
character assassination
Making
is
people
not a
in
limit.
bias.
Sweeney Sansa.
Sweeney Turner.
Or I would just say Sansa Todd.
The demon barber of Lemon Cake Street.
If you're going to argue that it's character assassination, let me just remind you that character assassination has been a recurring theme for the last 2 years.
oh yeah, like
Yeah, it has.
episode 3 of last season did like that was pretty much character assassination for all my
No, that was consensual.
Yeah, she was screaming,
They did-
"No, don't stop!" It was very
They did it for,
consensual.
they did it for
became
Jamie, they did it for
consensual,
the hounds.
Danzy. I am sorry, it became consensual. There, you happy now?
I need an
fucking
adult.
episode.
I need an adult.
Yeah, and then the Sandor scene was...
Consensual?
No, the Sandor
No,
scene
it
where it's like, I just said, like he said 2 episodes before, I have a code, I don't steal from people. And then episode 3 is like, I'm stealing from people because reasons.
Tim, you know how you were asking me about the one thing that I was saying that one podcast that was driving all of you insane?
Yeah.
I remember now. I kept quoting Alex Graves on consensuality.
that would drive us all at the wall, wouldn't it?
But this time it can be a combination of consensual Bane posting.
No,
That
absolutely not.
drive-
I'm going to edit that out. Okay. Moving on. Someone who knows more about season 5 than I do. What else? What haven't we covered?
We haven't talked about the sand snakes yet.
I kind of
yes.
don't want to.
You know what? In all
What
fairness,
about-
I actually really like the woman that they got to play Obara, and I don't think that the woman they got to play Nymeria is that bad.
No, Mary is pretty accurate actually.
Yeah.
No, Danzy, you mistook me. I'm not saying that I have a problem with the D&D Sand Snakes. I just give so few fucks about the Sand Snakes that I don't know much about the D&D Sand Snakes because I'm sick of hearing about the book Sand Snakes because I find them as just
The thing
overrated.
is, they're not
boring.
even really that much in the who was a
Yeah.
way bigger character was Ariane Martell. The sand snakes
But
were just
he's
kind
not
of
around. so
around.
I think Alaria's taking her role.
Yeah. I think they're
Um,
just trying to be quite economical on characters, because obviously in the book you can introduce a character and have them fade away into the background quite quickly. In a show, you really can't do that very easily.
Yeah, but you know how much pandering you could do to the sex-loving crowd by having Ariane Martel in the show?
Yeah, but they can do enough rape for that, can't they?
well,
but then-
they can do it with the Sand Snakes, to be fair.
But here's where it gets better. I also made a post about how Victarion would be a super popular character for pandering to the violence crowd and being like some action hero. Well, if they did like a violent rape scene with Victarion and Ariane, imagine how much income they would generate.
I need an adult.
Our minds have gone
I
very...
Kraken, you're implying that there are any rape scenes in Game of Thrones. I think you mean it became consensual scenes.
Yeah, but I mean, Alex Graves wouldn't have been around for season 5 anyway, so only Alex Graves and myself have the right to refer to rape as consensual. No one else can do that.
Oh, God. This just suddenly got dark. Okay.
This has got really dark.
Should we move on to our questions?
Yeah, alright, let's move on to the questions we have.
Wait, some new questions came up on the Donald Noy post.
Okay, read those.
What are they?
Well, okay, I've got to answer how babies are made, don't I?
You do?
Yes.
That was,
Yeah, this comes in from Danielle McCormand.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
He sounds
how are
nice.
babies made? No, I don't think so. She doesn't sound that very nice. I've heard a lot of nice people.
I think she sounds nice.
Okay, well, you might be
Asshole.
wrong.
Well, you don't even know her, so maybe you should not make assumptions.
You know. How are babies made? Well, you have a big guy.
Oh god. A big guy for you, perhaps?
Yeah, for you. And he's crashing your plane with no survivors.
Enough, Tim. Move on. Right. Right. No. Shut up.
But if
right.
there's
Question
was-
is what?
it was
No,
all part
no.
of his
Everyone
plan.
shut up. No. This question is ended.
If there's so much as
sperm
one
is the one
survivor,
that like a lot of the sperm go in, but like a lot of them don't die. But one will stay in because he's expected in the wreckage, brother.
no. If there's one survivor, then a fire will rise.
Enough. Right.
And next question.
What character would you like to see a POV chapter from? Going around the room.
We'll
Tim.
ask Devon this actually because Devon hasn't talked in a
I
while.
was going to go around the room. Ask each person.
Okay, we'll ask
We're not
Devon.
in the same room.
Yeah.
Devon,
Metaphorical.
your character you'd most like to see a POV chapter from.
Oh, the character I'd want to see a POV from is Mace Tyrell. Just to
No!
see his head.
Wait, Danzy. What
Makes
if it's a prologue chapter?
It'll be like, today I made a bad decision. The end.
No, Mace Tyrell isn't that self-aware.
Wait, Devon, you were saying? Wait.
I would want to see what goes on in his head, to see what makes him make these decisions. Or is it just he's beaten by his mother so much that he's dazed and confused all the time?
I've been
Just a
dazed and
mangina.
confused.
So he has a dark backstory, is what you're saying.
Looking into Mace Tyrell's head would be like looking into the Joker's head.
What?
No, the Joker would
I
be
don't
far
think
more
so.
interesting.
I don't know, I think it would be disturbing to look into either one of their heads. I'd rather look into Hodor's head than Mace Tyrell's head.
Well, Hodor's head's not exactly like you just.
That's
have
your
a lot
choice
of
for
Hodor.
POV then, Hodor?
No.
No.
Who would I choose as a POV? Sandor Clegane. Why not?
I'm just going to
Yes.
say Sandolph again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
wanted to see Rob as a POV, or Loris.
How about Talisa?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I actually kind of liked Lisa better than Jane Westerling in some ways.
Yeah.
Heresy.
She's literally more than a
Sperm
like a
bank.
vagina. She's more than a vagina in the show.
Heresy.
She's more than a vagina. Like that's literally that there you. It's just better because she's an actual character.
No, I would, if you're gonna describe
Sorry.
any character as more than a vagina, I would describe Sweets from A Dance of Dragons as more than a vagina.
Which ones? I don't even remember. Her.
Sweets is the one with like a dick and a vagina. And like Tyrion's a slave, and so is Sweets, and it's for that one pointless, one-dimensional, typical
look up
Essos
Sweets.
villain. Yeah, Sweets, A Song of Ice and Fire, and I recall some one guard, like Tyrion was trying to escape, and he's like, we need to go get water. Sweets told us to, and then one of the guards was like, Sweets can go fuck
Sweets
himself.
is an intersex slave owned by Yazan Zokaraz. Sweets is described as willowy with purple hair and violent eyes. So she has purple hair and she's intersex. Fuck, she
So
sounds like
she's Dario's
she sounds like
child?
Tumblr personified.
No, she sounds like Dario's daughter.
And I'm gonna
I'm gonna give her a
going
point
to
of
hell
view
for that
chapter.
joke. I don't care.
I missed it entirely. What did you say?
I said she sounds like Tumblr personified.
Not untrue. Danzy,
Yes.
character you'd like to see a POV chapter from?
Loris or Rob?
I'm gonna go Garland Terrell just because I want to see him fuck up everyone. I just
Yeah.
want to see him like fight everyone and just cut them all in half.
Yeah, other than Mace, I actually really love all the Tyrells.
Wait, McCracken, have you got one? Or did you?
I haven't
Is it just
decided
Sweets?
yet. I would say Sweets, but I'm just gonna look up some random Song of Ice and Fire minor character, just typing it in. Alright, what's the first thing I see? Okay, Marcella Baratheon there. I'll give her a point of view.
Okay.
Be okay.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, that'd be quite interesting.
Right, we got one more question, and this one comes from someone called
I
Philip
just got
Johnson.
another one.
I don't know who Philip Johnson is either. Anyone heard of Philip Johnson?
Does the Queen of Thorns count as a minor character?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Would you have her as a point of view?
She would be quite interesting.
I don't think I would, because I think it would give it too, like, it's like having Littlefinger or Varys as a point of view. It would just give too much away.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I have one question though.
Yeah.
Okay, so people say if you have Varys' point of view, you'll see inside his head, and then you'll see his secrets. Well, if Ned has the whole secret of Jon being the son of Rhaegar Targaryen, and then why would if he had that secret, why the hell would he never think of it, and why the hell would he never see it himself?
He does think of it. He just doesn't think of it like
the writing kind of dances around it.
So then you could technically put in Varys and just have him somehow never think of the actual answers.
Yeah, but his whole character is like plotting and scheming, though. Ned just has one secret, whereas he's a character on his own already.
I still don't like it.
Anyway, yeah, last question comes from a Philip Johnson. Does anyone know who that is?
We have more questions.
I might have heard the name.
Yeah.
But let's bring down the tone a bit and answer that one.
How many socks do you wank into each night? All of them.
How many is all of them?
I'll leave that to your imagination.
Does this include your sock puppet accounts?
You don't have any sock puppet accounts.
How do I know you don't have sock puppet accounts?
Nancy, you said there were other questions. Please be other questions.
Oh, yeah. Which are each of your favorite great houses? Like, I don't know, let's go with the original 9. So Stark, Aaron, Tully, Greyjoy, Tyrell, Baratheon, Targaryen...
McCracken.
Martell. That's all of them, right? Did I miss one?
Yeah, you missed McCracken.
I'm going with Baratheon.
Yeah, me too.
Baratheon or Lannister, actually.
Baratheon all the way. I'm holding my Warhammer right now.
In fact, I saw someone in my universe, like, wearing a Targaryen t-shirt, and I was just, I was disappointed. Just disappointed. I declared.
Did you go up and tell them that you were disappointed?
No, I declared because I know this person. They're a friend of mine. So yeah, it wouldn't have been awkward. I declared my allegiance for the one true king, Stannis Baratheon.
My favorite great house has to be Lannister.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I'm going Tyrell.
Does anyone
listen? Laura's pretty cool. McCracken.
Does anyone
leave you out?
Does anyone have Naharis as one of their favorite houses?
Fuck off.
Not a house.
Fuck off.
It's not.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's not a house.
I would probably have to say Lannister. I don't root for them, but I just really like the cast of characters they have. Although maybe in a few months I won't like them as much anymore because I used to love Tyrion, but now I'm sick of him because of how whitewashed and overrated he's gotten. But I'd still say it's my favorite house. Just love the characters. Think they're all around quite good.
There you go. We have 2 Lannisters, 2 Baratheons, and 1 Tyrell.
And 1 Naharis.
Naharis is not a house.
How do you know?
Because
there's reason.
It's in Essos. They don't have fucking houses.
You can't prove if Dario isn't really Euron.
Okay, which is each of your favorite minor houses?
Minor houses. I've forgotten all.
Manderley.
Manderley's a good one. Dane.
Umber.
The Dane's a good one.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said Bane.
Oh, Dane. I'm going Umber, because they're just really cool.
Forrester.
Merryweather.
Merryweather.
Which are the Merryweathers? I have no idea.
Taina, Merryweather. Taina.
Oh, yeah, vaguely remember. Quite cool, I guess.
The only prominent minor ones really are the northern minor ones, but I mean Dane's a pretty good house.
Yeah, Dane's epic.
Dane's epic. Who else?
Can we count Red Wine?
Yeah, that's minor house.
Yeah, you can count Red Wine.
They're just a very strong minor house. Supposedly all the minor houses of the Reach are not much, almost as strong as Tyrell.
Well, they all have so much money. It's the same with the Westerlands.
I like the Rains and the Tarbecks.
But they're all dead.
And that means that I can't pay my respects.
I think my favorite house is House Mallister.
I forget that one.
What have they done?
How about House Mormon?
House Mormon's good.
Wait,
but the Mallisters, they're from the Riverlands, and they kind of protect the very, very small coastline that the Riverlands has. And they have a history of, being the protectors that were beating off the Ironborn that would try to invade the Riverlands. They killed
Then they killed
Theon's
sons.
Yeah, they killed Roderick. I think Roderick was the oldest one. Yeah, they threw him off a tower that he was trying to scale.
They just Sparta kicked him off the tower.
Then in a brilliant tactical maneuver, Roderick Greyjoy climbed a tower.
And also, one of the Malisters stepped down, who was in the Night's Watch, so that Jon could win.
Isn't that... I don't know how to pronounce it, like Denys Mallister?
It's Dennis. It's Dennis Mallister. Yeah,
Oh, really? It's just Dennis?
Yeah, I think it's just Dennis.
Dennis the Menace.
No.
No,
I like
expect one of us at the wreckage.
Yeah.
I just want
wait,
to
did
list
Devin
every
give
good
his
minor
favourite?
house.
Yeah, Lannisters. Oh,
No, it's
not
mine.
Merryweather.
Merryweather.
Not Merryweather.
Oh yeah.
Merryweather's-
I'll go with Dane. Why not?
What are some
Dane's-
good Baratheon minor houses?
Selmy.
Tarth. The Tarths are a minor house of the Stormlands.
Wait, what about Tarly?
They're from the
Tarly's
Reach.
from the Reach.
No, I'm just suggesting them as a cool minor house.
Yeah,
You have Randall Tarly in the fat pink mast.
They have an awesome Valyrian greatsword. It's is it
Heartsbane.
Heartsbane.
Sounds kind of like one of Joffrey's swords.
But no, Selmy is from the Stormlands. Seaworth is from the Stormlands.
I thought Selmy was from the Riverlands.
Nope, Selmy's from the Stormlands.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I almost don't count Seaworth. It's almost like Seaworth is a one-man army.
Look,
it's just
They're a knightly house.
If Stannis put it as a house, it's a fucking house. You have to deal with that.
Yeah, they are technically a house.
I'm not saying they're not a house, it's just that it's just one guy and there's not much to the house other than Davos.
Yeah, but they're still a house.
They're still
You say the same about Selmy.
Look,
I'm
if
not
Stannis
saying
says it's
they're
a house,
not a
it's a house.
I'm not saying they're not a house, I'm just saying that if you're going to list them as like a potential favorite minor house, it seems almost pointless because it's really just Davos.
Next question. If you had to kill an entire great house of Westeros, which one would you pick?
Targaryen.
Targaryen.
Well, Targaryen doesn't have that much left. Let me think, actually.
But that's why it would be a good
Lannister.
thing.
No, because they're such interesting characters. I can do that.
They're interesting characters, but they would it would make the realm a lot less fucked
Yeah, and
up.
if we kill Daenerys, then we're never going to get any potential Mad Kings, and we're only killing one person and stopping a whole invasion of Westeros by a horde of rapists.
If you kill House Aaron, you're also only killing just Robert.
Yeah,
Aaron.
kill House Aaron then. House Aaron is...
Oh, we already go for the morally...
I don't really give a shit about House Aaron.
Yeah, I suppose so.
House Aaron.
House Aaron's just gone to Flappy Bird since Lysa took over.
Wow.
That's an old meme.
That was a great quote.
No, that was an old meme I had.
Like, I think when Littlefinger threw Lysa out of the moon door, he should have said she didn't fly so good.
But how do we know she... We never found her body, though.
I don't think you'd want to.
Yeah, maybe
What
it's
if
flat.
Just like some mush.
What if Littlefinger tossed Bran out the moon door and then Bran just flew back up and fucking killed Littlefinger?
Oh, yes. Just he throws him out and he flies up and says, "And what?" And just...
Nah, he just flies up as a bee, stings Littlefinger in the balls, and then makes him fall through the door.
Or perhaps he's wondering why someone would marry a woman before throwing her out the moon door.
I'm actually wondering why someone would sting Littlefinger in the balls before kicking him out the moon door.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Sorry, I was just
controlling bees.
Whatever.
Bran controlling bees is, I think, is what McCracken was getting towards.
If Bran was a bee,
fire.
and then if Bran warged into a bee and then stung someone, would that screw him up personally?
It's not warging if it's not a wolf or dog. It's skin changing, I'll have you know.
That sounds like political
correctness.
correctness.
Really going to get that nerdy. I'll be really
No,
going to get that nerdy.
it's not. That's just being correct. Yeah, that's the other questions. There, one is in. Okay. We do favorite and least favorite theory. Devon.
How about favorite decent theory and then favorite crackpot?
Yeah. Okay. I like that one. I've forgotten my crackpot theories, but
Oh damn, I've forgotten the crackpot theories.
Phil
Yeah,
McCracken.
Devin, go on.
For favorite theory, one I really like, but also makes me so sad at the same. Like, it's good, but it makes me sad. Is that Oberyn poisoned Tywin before he died.
Oh, I like the theory.
Oh, that's a great one.
Makes sense, I suppose.
Although, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just something like interesting to know though. It doesn't make any impact on the plot or anything. But
Yeah, it's just a cool bit of information. It's not something that's going to affect the story in any major way.
People do say Tywin is necessary evil.
Tywin is not Bane.
No, but before I even knew about that necessary evil quote, people say that Tywin does necessary evils.
Unnecessary.
Sorry, and Devin, a crackpot theory that you like, just off the walls, batshit insane, crazy,
Or just come up with one.
or just come up with one.
Or just cite one of the ones I put together.
One of my favorite crackpot theories is that I only saw once, is that the Knight of the Laughing Tree was Dario.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes, he is. That makes complete sense.
Fuck it up, okay. Oh wait, are we going for least favourite theories as well?
And least,
No, let's just do a favorite normal and favorite crackpot.
yeah, let's
Okay.
just be positive.
Favourite normal, okay, and for the purpose of this, I'm just going to ignore R plus L equals J, because everyone fucking knows that. I'm gonna go for, Gravedigger Hound theory. I like that one.
That was the one I was gonna do.
Oh, no, fine. Clegane Bowl.
Yes.
Clegane Bowl.
Good choice.
Crackpot. Crackpot theory, shit. Gotta think of a good one now. I can't remember my crackpot theory.
McCracken, your favorite was Gravedigger, and I'm sure you have your crackpot theory ready. What is it?
I have a replacement for Gravedigger, actually.
Oh right, your replacement is.
Well, it's been so widely accepted as fact that people often don't even think about it as a theory anymore. But our big theory that has quite good evidence is the Frey Pies theory.
The one that, because it's not actually confirmed that you made all the people.
It's heavily implied.
Yeah.
And then for crackpot, wait, before I do crackpot, I just want to do a word of reference to Clegane Bowl. Something I was meaning to mention, kept forgetting, but I've just seen arguments against Clegane Bowl where people think it, because the theory generally states that the Hound and Robert Strong will fight, but it's going to be at Cersei's trial, and the Hound's going to be the champion of the faith. And people who argue against this often like to say that it's kind of ridiculous for the Hound to just show up as the faith's champion and just have those connections and then be like the sort of spiritually good warrior versus the Frankenstein monster, Frank and Gregor. But to me, Clegane Bowl is really just the theory that the two Cleganes will fight each other, and it doesn't necessarily have to be at Cersei's trial. I'd actually kind of like it better if it was in the final book. But yeah, just because it kind of annoyed me when people said, oh, it can't happen because Sandor Clegane cannot be the Faith's champion. He doesn't have to be the Faith's champion to encounter Gregor Clegane. Anyway, just for favorite crackpot, it's got to be the theory that you all told me about, where some people think that Euron is the dusky woman on Victarion's ship. That's just, when you think about that is just too sickeningly funny to not think about. And in case you don't remember, the dusky woman is the poisoned gift, the woman without a tongue who Victarion sleeps with every night. And if that's Euron using sorcery to make himself the dusky woman,
that shit's pretty crazy.
it's technically consensual.
Phil, you know about this one. If I say it, people won't get it. But Phil, you'll get it. Sandor and Gregor are brothers. Sandor and Clegane are brothers. You know what I'm referring to.
Yeah, I know exactly what
I think we should link it. We should link it.
If you find me the link, I'll link it.
I'll put
You include this link in the YouTube video description.
Yeah.
we'll do that. The theory that the crackpot theory that Sandra, Cocaine, and Gregor Cocaine are brothers.
And this is an actual theory that someone made.
Yeah. My other theory is that
it's a thread on it's a thread on Westeros.org.
There's no
it's fucking
sarcasm.
Hilarious. It is all sarcasm.
my other one is that Ed Stark and Eddard Stark are the same person.
Yeah, Ned Stark and Eddard Stark. No, Ned Stark and Eddard Stark are brothers. That's the one.
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I screwed up. Yeah, I was going to my crackpot. Danzy, your favourite theory?
Well, I really liked Benjen being cold hands, but that got vetoed by George R. R. Martin. Which is kind of sad because I really like that, but...
Yeah.
Benjen can still be Dario.
My favorite is probably the hard home theory about the faceless men and them having...
Oh yeah, the one you did a video on.
Yeah, I did a video on it. Yeah,
Link in the description.
that's kind of crackpot, but I think there's evidence for it, but I'd sort of take it with a grain of salt. I'm not holding on to that theory for dear life.
Can you explain this theory?
You can watch my video at www.youtube.com/DanzyReviews.
I'll link it in the description.
See, I can't subscribe anyway, so might not be worth it.
What?
Well, for some reason, my YouTube account's been getting censored like crazy lately, and I can't shake off safety mode.
Well, yeah, there's another crackpot theory is that all of the characters in the book are actually the same faceless man with multiple personality disorder.
Yeah.
How about just?
I think my least favorite theory is that Bruce Bolton is a vampire. Like, that's actually a really, there's a big following behind that theory, and there's just absolutely no evidence for it.
Wasn't there a theory that Bruce Bolton was, pretending to be some other person or something? Maybe I was thinking of, Howland Reed being the High Sparrow.
My least favorite theory would be either Tyrion being Aerys's bastard, or Jon Arrys. Actually, well, is Jon Arrys a theory or just a kind of
ship? It's a shipping.
Yeah.
That needs to die and crawl under a bus and.
I don't like the idea of Tyrion being Aerys's bastard. It just.
Well, the timeline doesn't work though.
Well, no, it does. If you read World of Ice and Fire, there's actually.
Oh, that's right, because she was acting King's Landing.
It actually kind of references.
Yeah, no, you're right.
They've taken it as though it's evidence.
Has anyone heard the theory that Rhaegar killed Robert in the Trident, and that he was actually Jack and Hagar? He took the skin on Robert's face to become Robert.
No, I've heard the theory that Mance is Rhaegar.
Yeah, speaking of which, someone asked me on my page to tell you how Mance is Rhaegar, but I don't know. I forget this, so can someone do it for me?
No, I've no idea how Mance could be Rhaegar. It just doesn't.
Yeah, the warhammer in his chest kind of put an end to him.
Oh, yeah.
Doing his ruling over
But how do we know that Robert wasn't drunk and he was actually just having a wet dream and thought he was killing Rhaegar?
Back on that.
I don't know.
Well, because there's tons of people there that witnessed it.
Okay,
it was
but
in the middle of a big army.
What about the theory that everything in A Song of Ice and Fire is really just Bran's dream, and therefore all those people at every single battle were just part of Bran's
dream? Guys, what if everything that happens in A Song of Ice and Fire is actually just a book series?
What if everything that happened in A Song of Ice and Fire happened in Rick's dream while he was in a coma?
Jesus Christ. The crossover potential.
There's your fan fiction, ladies and gentlemen. There's your fan fiction.
You know, I'm gonna look up some of that.
Should we end on, if you play video games, which one is your favorite and why?
Which one is my favorite?
You have to pick one, Phil.
One video game. I have a very large library of games to pick from. Hang on, everyone else answer first.
Oh god.
For me, it's easy.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, yours is easy, isn't it?
World of Warcraft.
I used to play that.
Tim?
Well, you used to be cool then, didn't you? Also, Hearthstone, Game of the Year 2014.
Game of the Year for what?
For best game. Hearthstone.
If you consider it a game, no game.
How is it not a game?
Because
Hearthstone is very
saying
much
a
a game.
because saying Hearthstone isn't a game is gonna make you shit yourself.
It's too late for that.
How many
go-
tons have you dropped?
I'm gonna go with a game that Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Revengeance.
Wait,
Sorry.
what was the question? I went for a second.
If you play video games, what is your favourite?
Tim doesn't play video games.
I do play video games. Star Wars Battlefront 2 or Red Dead Redemption?
And lastly, Devon.
I would have to say The Sims, because it's the closest you can get to playing God.
The Sims isn't a bad game.
What about
No, it's
McCracken?
not. Well, 4 is a worse game than 3 with all the expansions, but yes. Yeah.
I'd prefer The Sims to like any really bad.
I read on Kotaku it was as good as Survive.
Why were you on Kotaku?
It's
was
a
making a
reference
reference,
to
don't worry.
Kraken. It was a reference that we're not going to expand upon. And with that, we've essentially run out of everything
I
we're
haven't
going to
said
talk about.
anything about my favorite game.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Damn it.
Anything you'd like to say, Devin, before we end?
Yeah,
Well,
let
well, other
McCracken
things
give his
talk
answer.
about.
One thing I would like to add in is we should start a look into the possibility of Olenna abusing her children.
I ship Olenna
Yes.
with Blackfish, so that really goes against my fanfiction, Devin.
How does Elena... No, Elena can still be with Blackfish and...
Wait,
yeah.
wait, did
Blackfish?
Did Blackfish ever, did you ever see him in episode 10 after the Red Wedding?
Nope.
So basically, he's
Went back to his
still
home planet.
taking a piss.
He's really old, okay?
And Mace Terrell was at the Red Wedding, and he was assigned to find the Blackfish, and he was too stupid to check the bathrooms. Then he just told Walder Frey that the Blackfish escaped, and they've believed it ever since.
It's literally, Blackfish is still in the toilet taking a shit.
No, he's pissing.
Oh,
That was a Pulp Fiction reference.
You'd kind of think that his legs would have
No,
crumbled from his weight on them.
Devin, why do you think Elena abuses her children?
She does. Don't abuse Mace of it.
I think
Well,
emotionally she does abuse them, yeah.
Maybe Mace deserves it.
She openly calls him an idiot, all the time.
Yeah, but he's too stupid to realize he's an idiot. So how's that gonna hurt him?
That's my problem with stupid people. They're too stupid to realize they're stupid.
Devin, you were saying
So-
before we all cut across. Devin?
I remember there being a quote, I forget who Elena says it to, but she says if, I should have beat him more, or something like that. He would have been more inclined to listen to me.
Yeah, but if it's a Song of Ice and Fire, incest is the thing here, so beat 'em has multiple meetings.
Oh, that's...
There are some routes we don't go down.
What,
That
the
is
root
what-
of consensuality? I already told you. Myself
Oh
and Alex
my
Graves
God.
we're the co-gods of consensuality.
Okay, it's time to end the episode. Goodbye, everybody. Mwah!
I wanted to say my favorite
Sorry.
video game.
Okay.
Oh, right,
McCracken,
sorry.
What was your favourite video game?
I honestly think it's probably Mario 64. I have a lot of good memories of that game, and I just love it. Can't stop playing it.
What? That was the worst Mario game. Mario Brothers 3 is the best video game. of the
Why?
fours.
Because Mario dresses up like a furry, hairy beaver.
No, because the gameplay is actually engaging and the levels are actually different and interesting.
Implying Mario 64 isn't interesting and engaging.
Well, you're a raccoon that flies in Mario Brothers 3, so your argument isn't valid, McCracken.
And in Mario 64, you have to go eat a cake.
What?
Princess Toadstool bakes you a cake, and you go to her castle, and then it turns out that Bowser's kidnapped her. And in Mario 64 for DS, you can play as Mario, Yoshi, Wario, and Luigi.
Yeah, but in Mario Brothers 3, you get to the castle and she's in another castle.
Yeah, but haven't you heard the game theory that Mario is all just like a play, an act? It's none of it happens in the Mario
No, but
world.
I have heard the theory where
It's all-
Mario Brothers 3 is better than Mario 64. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
And on that bombshell.
It's just in Top Gear.
The bombshell. It's
Look, we've got to replace it. It's gone.
I just want to point this out, though. This is back to something I mentioned before. Remember when I mentioned that ultimate fan fiction? I ended up looking it up, and I found a song of ice and walkers, and the synopsis says worlds collide when Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen reach the world of Rick Grimes in a mysterious way. They must learn how their fates are crossed and how to destroy herds of the walkers that will not stop chasing them.
That sounds fucking retarded.
Fly the fuck away. And yeah, with the horrible revelation that fan fiction exists.
Wait, there's another one.
With the
Blue
horrible
roses on the prison wall.
Wait,
sorry.
With the horrible revelation of that, we are now crashing this podcast with no survivors.
That was one of the worst Bane impressions I've ever heard. And I've heard my own, which is pretty terrible. Everyone say bye.
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 And with that, goodbye everyone. Thank you for listening.